seems to me that people are starting to get easier and softer on themselves. It's almost like people want to have a cop-out against doing the work that's required to achieve the life that they want and need. I believe that if you want to have a great reputation with yourself, in other words, if you want confidence, because if you're wondering, confidence is just reputation with yourself. Like if you want good confidence, like, hey, how do I have great confidence? You just need good reputation with yourself, right? Think about it. If I don't trust you, that means I don't have confidence in you. That means you might have a bad reputation. And so if you want to build your own confidence to a high level, then you've got to start building a better reputation with yourself. This is the problem with the take it easy generation that we're living in, the take it easy mentality, the seeking balance mentality. I'm not saying like be so lopsided that you're just making all this money, but you're massively out of shape and that you have eroded your relationships and you're mentally distraught. But by God, the take it easy mentality, and the way I look at it is in all of life, man, we could either be a crop duster or a fighter jet. And I talk about this in my book, Man Up. And I talk about that the fighter jet is someone who is definitive in their life. They have an idea of what their purpose is, what their calling is, and they work towards those goals every day. Yeah, some days you'll achieve more towards those goals, and some days you'll achieve less towards your goals. But every day you're making forward momentum towards your goals. That is the fighter jet mentality. You're type A and you're action oriented, and you have this proclivity to lean into action, right? And then the take it easy generation, like, hey bro, take it easy. What's wrong? Why can't you just relax a bit? Hit the snooze button, get your 10 to 20 minutes of extra sleep. I'll tell you why, man, because you just made a promise to yourself the night before, and then now you're hitting the snooze button, and then all of a sudden you tell your subconscious mind that I'm a loser, that I can't even keep my own promise to myself, and subconsciously you end up making a string of bad decisions all day long. Whereas for me, I don't hit the snooze button, and a lot of the high performers that I know don't hit the snooze button, and because of that, I get up and I dominate my day, man. I get up and I drink my 30 ounces of water, and then I send out my 3 gratitude text messages to 3 people that I love and that I respect and that I have great gratitude for and appreciation for. They've maybe helped me out in my path in life, because I know that sometime throughout the day, those 3 people are going to respond back via text and tell me how awesome I am and how thankful and grateful they are for that message. And I know, I can tell you this, I've been doing this for over almost 10 years now, sending out 3 gratitude text messages a day. And when I do, more often than not, people are like, man, I needed to hear that. What if I decided that I should just take it easy today and let myself sleep in for an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes? Well, maybe I only drink half of my water. Maybe I decide to cut corners because I don't have time and not send out those 3 gratitude text messages, right? Because you got to make up that, 10, 15, 20 minutes from somewhere. And then maybe, just maybe, I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to finish the top 3 things on my GSD list, get shit done list, and I'm not going to do the last 2. I'll get around to it tonight. And maybe I'm going to skip my workout, or if I go do a workout, it might be a half-assed workout. You see how all of a sudden the day has gone to shit. And what would be the formula for a productive, efficient, profitable day that would leave me fulfilled has now been a day of chaos, of feeling behind the 8 ball, of anxiety, of incongruency, feeling like a hypocrite. Because how the hell am I going to call myself a leader and put an optimistic post on social media, try and help the world, try and move my companies ahead, when I was so weak and gave into the temptation of hitting that goddamn snooze button, right? And so in life, we could either operate as a fighter jet and have definitiveness, or we could be a crop duster and really just go, well, what do I feel like doing? I feel like taking it easy. Because make no mistake about it, man. Every morning I feel like hitting the snooze button. Every morning I feel like scrolling through social media first before I drink my water or send out my gratitude text messages. But it is the consistency of discipline that leads me to winning in life. If you have this take it easy mentality, can you consider being a little harder on yourself? Can you stop letting yourself off the hook? I know it's easy to let yourself off the hook, to make an excuse. And this goes back to the first episode that we talked about of the BK show, where we start listening to that inner critic, and that inner critic says, well, you didn't sleep well at night. You tossed and turned all night. You had those nightmares. Of course you should sleep in a little longer. Hit that snooze button. You can do the workout after work instead of before work. But you know that there's a routine to winning. Your winning routine has a pattern. Each time you repeat that pattern, it becomes a discipline. And if you break that discipline, you're more likely to lose. So I'm asking you, what if you tossed and turned all night, but you still got up anyway? What if you didn't sleep well, but you still got up anyway? What if you were harder on yourself? What if you set higher expectations for yourself? What if you raised the standards for yourself? And then what if you could stop surrounding yourself with people who subscribe to the take it easy mentality? And that's really the gist of this episode, is that oftentimes I see people who are cut out to be fighter jets, and they are surrounded by crop dusters. If we were to go to war, would we ever take a crop duster in a squadron of fighter jets? Probably not, because that crop duster is not equipped to go to war. It does not have the speed. It does not have the resiliency. It does not have the weaponry to do what needs to be done in battle. Yet you might have this mindset of ambition, of being and doing more in life, of making more money and being that one to break the generational financial curse in your family. Yet you put yourself around people who are of the take it easy mindset, find the balance mindset, the crop duster mindset. These motherfuckers who will watch television all weekend long rooting for their quote unquote team. It's like, motherfucker, you don't own that baseball team, that basketball team, the football team, yet you know all their stats, but you won't get your fat ass up and make a social media video where you can add value and then give people a call to action to slide into your DMs to be able to serve them in some capacity where you will have a greater sense of fulfillment, because that is what consciousness wants from you, right? Like, we all know what the right thing is, but it's easy to adopt the take it easy mindset and then succumb to balance. But there's no one that I know that takes it easy or has balance and lives a lifestyle of freedom. There just simply isn't. Everyone that I know sets themselves up for higher expectations. Everyone that I know who's successful and happy and fulfilled and making a massive amount of impact and income and inspiring others, they have higher standards of expectations. Everyone that I know who is doing well surrounds themselves with other hard workers, and everyone that I know is harder on themselves. And it is okay to be hard on yourself. I'm not saying like beat yourself up to the point where you just feel defeated and you feel like a piece of shit, but like, be hard on yourself, man. If you set the goal to make 10 sales calls today and the day ended and it's Friday and you only got to 7, be hard on yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to keep calling until I get to 10, because my higher self demands this of me. My higher self doesn't want me to take it easy. My higher self wants me to make more money and to create more experiences and security for my family. My higher self, the fighter jet within, has a different set of expectations than the crop dusters that I hang out with. And my suggestion to you, my friends, is to consider eliminating and editing the crop dusters out of your life. I would rather be a solo fighter jet than have a team of crop dusters around me who are just constantly mediocre at best. Because when I became a solo fighter jet, soon I started to link up with other fighter jet minded people. And soon we became a squadron, and soon we started businesses together and masterminds together and put on events together. And soon I had friends who thought like me. And soon I saw that I was more competitive now, right? Because when you're hanging out with higher performing humans, you are more competitive. You're hanging out with higher performing humans, you want to level up more. The tide raises all ships. But if you're hanging around with low tide people, then you're going to be a low tide motherfucker. So that's my challenge to you, my friends. Stop taking it easy and giving yourself an out and become harder on yourself. And when you do, you will achieve greater levels of success, greater levels of fulfillment, and greater levels of happiness. And with that comes a tremendous amount of security and future generational wealth. And really, that's what life's about, man, to be able to help people and take care of people and do good things. And that only happens when you decide to be hard on yourself, set higher expectations, and lean into the fighter jet within and tell all the fucking crop dusters around you to go fuck themselves.